Audio check. Welcome, friends and lurkers and all. It's Friday, and it is likely finale day as well, which is always exciting. Starting games is fun, finishing them is fun, and it comes with so many things. We're going to talk about it. We're going to chat for a little bit. We're going to get the matcha flowing. And then we're going to get into it. Give people time to trickle in. All right. Glasses are clean. Very important step. Let's pause the music and let's go over here. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, I have the TRPG bracket on the screen. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We're not going to talk about that first, right at the top. How we doing, folks? Welcome in. Carefully open my jar here. Ah, delicious grassy water. So good. That's going to get me going. That's going to get me started. That's going to get me fired up. We're going to get wacky and wild for, most likely, the finale of Final Fantasy X-2 today. I'm getting very excited to... Like, I've made a lot of points, I've made a lot of assertions, observations during this playthrough. And I've repeated a lot of things, I've driven a lot of things home, I've said some things, and then thought about them, and thought, yep, I definitely still agree with that. Other things I'm like, oh, maybe I don't so much agree with that. So I'm very excited to, like, write everything down in a very specific way, and try to, like, really organize my thoughts about this game. Hopefully I'll still feel that way after we do whatever we do today, and actually roll credits on the game. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But I'm excited to write my thoughts down, make my points, make my arguments, and really, really, really think it out. Because I feel like it's so... I mean, obviously it's important to say what you mean and what you want to say, but this game is such an interesting place for so many people that it can be very difficult to talk about. And, you know, like many things, when there are two polarizing arguments, the truth exists somewhere in the middle. And I'm always interested in kind of drilling down to try to get to that point. And I feel like I have some good ways to do that. I feel like I have some good points and some good arguments to make that I haven't seen. And I feel like it's very simple as to why, because most people that are negative detractors to this game don't play it. So the arguments that they can make against it can only hold so much water. You know, they only have so much, like, examples that they can make to make their point. You know, they might say something that's correct, but how are they going to articulate and support what they're claiming if they can't actually attach it to something in the game that's tangible? You know, it's just a feeling, it's just a vibe or whatever. So that's going to be really nice. I'm always looking forward to writing my Backlog review, but I'm very, very excited to write this Backlog review. I feel like the amount of effort... Here's what I'm gonna analogize it to. So the normal effort that I put into my VODs versus the effort that I put into the tactics VODs, you know, all that extra stuff. I feel like I'm going to take my normal backlogged review effort and up it the same amount to make this backlogged review. I'm going to try to go full journalist on this one. You find that 10.2 is a bit overhated. It has legit flaws, but they tend to be exaggerated by people who would try to convince you the game stole their lunch money every day for all of grade 3. Yeah, I think it would be easy to get people to agree with you by claiming that 10.2 is overhated. But it's so much more complex than that. It's so much more complex than that. Like, every assessment that I have ever heard of this game has always been extremely black and white. Either it's a great game and people don't know how to have fun, or it's horrible, it sucks, it's the worst game ever, it's an abomination. And I've rarely ever heard anything in the middle that's like a sensible, like, well, there's a bit of this, there's a bit of this, this is a problem, this is great, this is weird, this is fine, like, this feels like Final Fantasy, this doesn't, you know, like, I haven't, and maybe it's because I don't talk to people that have played the game intimately because I didn't want to know too much more than I already did before I went in. I don't know. Maybe I will find that discourse as I put my own out into the ether when that backlogged review goes up, and I inevitably end up sharing it around because I want people to read it. And when these VODs start going up, who knows what kind of commenter people will come out of the woodwork. By the way, speaking of VODs, because the Tactics VODs are still airing, if we end up finishing this game today, the Tactics VODs, or the 10.2 VODs, will just immediately start airing as soon as the Tactics VODs are done, with no rest in between, which is, I don't think that's ever happened before. It probably won't happen again, because whatever we play after this will probably be way longer, and, you know, the 10.2 VODs will stop airing, and there will just be silence on the YouTube channel until whatever game we start next finishes. Because most of the games, pretty much every game on the poll is a pretty long game. So we're pretty much going to be in for a long game no matter what happens. Yo, what's up, Pixel Quest? Welcome in. So yeah, I'm excited, is what I'm trying to say. I'm excited. I'm intrigued. It's going to be good. What else did I want to talk about before the usual suspects? I feel like there was something interesting that I had thought about that I was going to share at the top, but I don't remember what it was. I don't know. Grinding away at the last couple of Mario Kart milestones. Almost done. Couple more play sessions and I'll have that done. And that game will be completely max percent. And I can completely turn my Switch 2 focus back towards Fantasy Life, which I am also making progress on, but I've been bouncing back and forth between that and Mario Kart Grind. But that's not what I was going to bring up. I don't remember what it was. Yes, you are welcome. I welcomed you, Pixel Quest. I have the authority to welcome you to this stream, and I have done so. So welcome. Get welcomed, scrub. Well, I guess let's just talk about the tactical RPG matchup. This week is the grand finals of the tactical RPG bracket. We've been at this for a ton of weeks. And it's finally coming to a conclusion. We started with 12 games. We've narrowed it down to 2, and we're going to narrow it down to 1. So, if you're in the Discord and you haven't voted yet, make sure you get your vote in by the end of this week, preferably by today. It would be nice to be able to work on this stuff over the weekend, because we're going to be likely launching a new RPG poll on Monday, unless for some reason we don't beat this game today, but it seems like we're going to. So we'll see. And yeah, whatever game wins this matchup is going to be on the poll alongside Dot Hack Part 3, something Final Fantasy. I'm still trying to decide between those two games. And the freshly added as of yesterday, Xenosaga Episode 1, added by Shane. So there's going to be 4 games on the poll. We usually only do 3, but chat has the option to add up to 3 additional games. So that's going to be a very exciting and stacked poll. I guess even if we didn't beat the game today, I probably would still launch the poll on Monday. So I'm just planning to do that regardless of what happens today. Because if for some reason we don't beat this game today, I feel like we're going to be one stream away from beating it. So that is the plan, to launch the poll on Monday with the Monday update. The only other thing we got to talk about is this Pokemon Challenge Run that I'm going to be hosting. More and more people keep signing up. So we're going to have a lot of people playing. It's going to be really cool. I'm very excited about it. If you're not a Pokemon enjoyer, that's totally fine. But if you are a Pokemon enjoyer or you like really, really hard challenge runs, this is for you. So all you would need in order to participate in this is a way to play Pokemon Black or White, and just to tell me, hey, I want in. I do all the upfront work for every player that signs up. I do a big draft. I record it. It'll be like a private YouTube link that I'll send out to everyone who has signed up. There will be a timestamp where you can skip to your draft. You'll get a nice little graphical thing delivered to you that shows you your results, so you don't have to watch the video. The video is more for accountability and my enjoyment than the players. You'll get a nice little graphical thing sent to you that will very clearly illustrate, here were the results of your draft, here are the Pokemon that you're allowed to use, pick your team, and go. And that's pretty much it. I put a link to the rules and the settings in the chat just now. If you're curious what this is going to look like, this is some pretty intense stuff. It's very simple how it's put together, but the result is going to be something very, very challenging. There's some very strict rules to adhere to. It's all self-imposed, obviously. This is not some like modded version of the game. This is just self-imposed for fun. And there's a star rating system for this challenge as well. You can go for up to 5 stars if you want to really, really push yourself, if you're really, really into this. There are 4 different bonus conditions that you can fulfill. Each one is worth 1 star. So if you don't fulfill any of the bonus conditions and you just complete your challenge run, you still get a 1-star rating, which is great. But if you want to take it further, you can. And that's all explained in that document that I just linked in the chat. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I don't think there's a ton of Pokemon people in here right now. And I'll post more specifically about it in Discord probably next week. We're planning to do this draft in like 2 weeks for this thing, while I just kind of make the rounds and recruit people and see who wants to be in on it and refine the settings and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it about that. We just have so much going on with like wrapping up this game and starting a new RPG poll, wrapping up this tactical RPG bracket. I think sometimes there's just like overload where I'm just like hitting y'all in the Discord with like, we've got this and we've got this and we've got this and we've got this. I feel like it's better to just have like one like big announcement at a time. So we'll probably wait until next week until the RPG poll has gone live for the next game. And, that'll kind of be the big thing. And then the following week will be the week that we do this draft. And I can really, really hammer it home, like, hey, sign up now if you want to be a part of this. We're going to start soon, blah, 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 blah. And that'll be the big announcement for 2 weeks from now. That's the plan. I don't really have anything else to bring up. I thought there was something else that I wanted to talk about, but I've forgotten what it was. That's going to eat away at me. Normally I chat for 30 minutes before we start, and I'm usually hard-pressed to fit everything in 30 minutes, but here we are with like 12 minutes to go. Guess I'm just raring to go today. Let's see. But what am I excited to play? I mean, I'm excited to play every game that's on the list. That's the whole point of this channel.
Matcha Friday.
Matcha Friday! Broken Quest, thank you so much for the sub. Would you like a wheel spin? Thank you so much for that. How are you doing today? What list? My backlog. I am a boy with the backlog. That's what list. Yes, wheel. All right, we'll do a spin for you. Thank you so much. I don't own any games that I'm not excited to play. It's very simple. If I'm excited to play the game, or not necessarily, I don't necessarily own every game that I want to play, but every game I own, I want to play. So if it's behind me on the shelf, I'm excited to play it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. I don't buy games that I don't want to play. I'm not a collector to that nth degree. But yeah, here's a link in the chat if you want to look at stuff. The first one is a spreadsheet that I curate myself. The second one is my backlogged account, if you prefer that. But I'm excited for all the games that are going to be on this upcoming poll. It's always exciting when we get to start a new RPG. And this playthrough has been one of the shorter ones. So it's exciting to get to a new game so quickly. It's only been 7 weeks, which is, you know, a long time, I guess, in some regards. But as far as RPG playthroughs go, especially on this channel, that's pretty fast. And I'm still getting used to playing the RPG 2 days a week instead of just 1. So that's also kind of like a new, exciting feeling. Yeah, I mean, 14 streams is a pretty short RPG playthrough for this channel. It might be the shortest RPG playthrough. If we end up wrapping this game during the 14th stream, I think that might be the fewest number of streams for any of our RPG playthroughs. But yeah, 7 weeks sounds like a long time, but if you're only playing it 2 days every week for 5 hours, it's really not that much time. There are about 5 games you've played so much that you know them inside and out. Mario Bros. 3, Legend of Dragoon, and the 3 Xenosaga games. Interesting. That is a very unlikely family of games there, Shane. But very cool. I stream 3 days a week, Pixel Quest, but on the 3rd day, I play a different game. On Tuesdays, I play anything that's not an RPG. That's like my wide open variety slot. Chat picks, you know, other random games from my backlog. So, you know, adventure games, platformers, action games, shooters, anything goes. And then Thursday, Friday is RPGs. There are games other than RPGs? Yeah, I know. It's more likely than you might think, Shane. All right, we're going to spin the wheel for Broken Quest. Let me get the roaming mic on here. Oh, exciting moment for the matcha enjoyers, by the way. I finally made it through my last bag of matcha powder. And so the next time I make matcha, I will be cracking open a fresh bag of matcha powder. And I'm gonna get a new airtight container to keep it in, so it's gonna stay fresher longer and not oxidize so much. That was a problem with my last bag, but I was still diligently gonna go all the way through it because I'm not gonna let it go to waste. But it will probably taste better. Audio delay? Is anyone else experiencing an audio delay? There shouldn't be any audio delay. I didn't switch anything over yet. We're still on the main mic. Everything should be pretty Gucci. All right, let me, we're gonna switch over to the roaming mic and the wide shot and spin the wheel. Go over here, turn this on, little free Nima shot there for you for a second. Ramba-doom-doo. Doo-doo. This is our first spin of the day, so the wheel is completely blank, wide open. Pink and orange wedges are locked until we hit one. Let's see what we get. For Broken Quest. I've been scheming up some more wheel changes. Oh, a game Gush. All right, Broken Quest. You've got to go into the Gush list and the backlog. See if you can find a game that hasn't previously been gushed that you would like to see gushed. A game to gush about. Let's see. I'm gonna also open up that list. There we go. Boy, we have gushed a heck of a lot of games over the years, haven't we? The roast list will probably never catch up. Do 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 da di da di da di da di. All right, you didn't come here to hear me sing Yoshi's Woolly World melodies. Let's fire up 10-2. Let's get into it. I'm ready. Let me get this wheel off the screen. We had that on the screen for like 15 minutes the other day. Kiki was like, hey, is that supposed to be there? Y'all are way too gracious to me. There will be some like weird crackling happening in the audio. And they're just like, oh, well, maybe he's meaning for that to happen. I won't say anything. He probably meant to do that. He probably meant for there to be this heinous crackle in the audio. The Yoshi song was the whole reason you came? Well, I'm glad you were here for it then, Shane. What's up, Gad? How are you, dude? Alright, we're gonna fire up the game here. I'm gonna continue to rock the gray DualShock 1 today, because there might be something wrong with my blue DualShock. Might have to open it up and take a look. Let's pause this, and let's go here. You're rocking some more Abyss today, Pixel Quest? Nice. I saw a minute ago you were playing it with a texture pack. That sounds fancy. I have not done many playthroughs with fan-made texture packs. Mario Sunshine. Has that game really never been gushed? That's shocking to me. I trust your ability to check the list. I'm just shocked that we've never done a gush for Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine was the first playthrough that I did on my channel. Way back in the day. Way back in the day. Yep, the Loo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo days. Back when I was on my quest to 100% every Mario game. But that quest has been laid to rest. Those were some great days. I agree. Okay. Welcome back to the Goof Zone. We gotta go this way to get up where we're going. So I think we are literally at the final boss area here, folks. So expect like a big gut punch of events here. I'm not gonna bother like messing around with my loadout or anything. I'm probably gonna have to like go into this fight, scout it out, and then you know, come back and reset is what I'm imagining. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, be careful with that, Pixel Quest. That's a dangerous game. So we're right here at Vegnagun, who I really thought we were gonna learn more about in this chapter. It still seems like we don't really know anything about Vegnagun, or Shuyin for that matter. But you know, there's probably gonna be some absurd soliloquy here at some point. I don't like how it's kind of like twitching back there. It's very like insectoid. His little leggies all curled up there. I don't like it. That's a lot of weight, Pixel Quest. Yeah. Take her easy. Oh, it's Nuge. So is this going to be where Nuge reveals that Nuge is also Shuyin? Or Shuyin was like changing his appearance to look like Nuge? Or is it just Nuge?
Both Barreleye and Vegnagun belong to him now.
Barreleye? Why would Barreleye belong to Shuyin? Wait, what? It's like Keith Emerson up there, shredding the keys. It does usually take two people to play what Keith Emerson could play.
Can't call it a smart one though.
Speak up, Nuge. I can't hear anything.
He acts through another's body. Stop the body, and you stop him. I'll shoot Barreleye. His body will be useless, but if we're lucky, he won't die.
Are we just not going to talk about the video of you shooting Barreleye in the past? And how that makes no sense?
No time. My body has already been rigged. I'm taking Shuyin with me.
What? I love when these games have these like super unexplained, like impossibly like supernatural existences that like blur the lines between life and death, but then the way to kill it is always the most like tangible standard thing. Like, oh, we're gonna shoot it with a gun, we're gonna blow it up. It's like, why do you think that's gonna work? Why are we so confident that's gonna work? She just said, I don't like your plan, it sucks.
Plan is awful. Think about
That's
it.
iconic.
It's no different than what we did 2 years ago. We destroyed our own allies. We destroyed the Aeons who had fought together with us at our side. We didn't have a choice then. We believed that was the only way we could save Spira. Do you know what it felt like to watch them die? Right before my eyes. It was the only thing we could do. It was the only choice we had. I gave in, I accepted, I believed. I allowed it to be true. I thought I'd be able to go through with it without ever doubting myself. But it hurt so much.
Forgive us.
Everyone was so happy. Great job, Yuna. You did it. You saved us all. There were too many smiles to count.
Hey Doc, how are you?
And I know that I was smiling too. But now, when I look back, the people who should be here aren't. The ones who should be smiling with me aren't here.
We had no choice.
We had no choice. Always we had no choice. Those are our magic words. We repeat them to ourselves again and again, but you know,
We getting emotional in here?
the magic never worked.
I mean, I'm desperate for anything. It's like I'm trying to get unnumb. I want to feel something. It makes me so mad when this game gets serious because I'm like, this is what I want. This is what I want. Give me more of this. And then it immediately, you know, hairpin turns into the goofiest thing you could possibly imagine. There hasn't been very much of this very substantive emotional stuff.
To die or fade away. I don't want battles where we have to lose in order to win. Nuge, I know that what you say is what you mean to do.
It is Whiplash, yes, and that's been like one of our big buzzwords this whole playthrough. At least this is reminding me that I'm not being gaslit and that Final Fantasy X was a serious game. That was something that I really struggled with in the front half of this game.
That's plan B. But before that,
Was just like the game yelling at me like, LOL, you took FF10 serious? Nerd, loser.
looks Vecna gun is still just a machina. So we can take it apart, right? Yeah. Maybe?
You never used to be the think before you act type. What gives?
Oh, Gipple's here. Hi.
Lock.
And I never was the wait like a good girl type, isn't that right?
Nuji.
Vecnagon can be destroyed. Absapasa, you better believe it. Wanna know why?
'Cause people built it. Right.
That's a pretty sound argument, actually. Surprising.
It looks like we can stop that thing after all.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're standing right in front of it. Just telling it our whole plan.
Witless little widget, isn't it?
Logos' voice is amazing.
Plan B.
Oh.
Love.
What?
Oh. The ultimate illusion.
It'll work.
So wait, is she going to fool Shuyan and woo him with feminine charm?
The power of love conquers all.
Because that would be amazing.
Count me in.
Yeah, see, and like, I didn't even mean to predict it, Shane, but that's exactly what happened. It's what has happened every time something serious has happened in this game. Oh, I know this song. I know this song because of a very, very talented pianist in the VGM scene. He played it live at VGMCon this year. It was incredible. Shout out, I like piano. Ugh, he's so buggy. Why is he so buggy? What makes you a gun? Why aren't you Vecna Bug? How are you gun? I like how they try to subvert the like random final boss that was never mentioned showing up at the last moment by introducing it earlier in the game, but you don't get to learn anything about it. And it's almost like the characters in the story act like they know a lot about Vecna Gun, but us as the player don't get let in on it. I mean, yeah, it definitely looks intimidating, no doubt about that. It looks like a big nasty bug, which is very gross and scary.
This relic's getting rusty.
How did we get back down here?
You have your friends.
We rode the communion wafer platforms down here?
If we all attack at once, we can do this. We need to split up. Leave the legs to us.
We've got the torso.
Guess that leaves the tail.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, now it's fun again! How is Nuge getting around on this?
See you later.
This is not an ADA compliant final boss arena. I'm guessing I don't need to go a specific way. So we just walked up here ceremoniously to kick off that whole cutscene.
I've invented games.
And now we're just
sold
doing it
games.
again.
It's nice. I played it. I'm sorry, I have to say no.
I'm just gonna copy paste that and publish that to Backlogged Smashington.
This is... You don't understand.
Oh, that's its tail. What do you know? You're not a fan of Nuge or LeBlanc, Shane? I mean, I guess I feel similarly about them as I do any other character in this game. Like, it's really hard for me to latch on to any of the characters in this game. Okay, I guess we're gonna scan this thing. That was a lot of damage. 30k. That's really not a lot, but it does a bunch of damage. So let's just buff up and hit it hard. We'll do Protect Shell. And just start throwing out some cures. Should be good enough until it moves into whatever its next phase is. Shell's gonna nerf the cure, which is annoying, but whatever. Crap. Alright, so maybe we forego Shell if we do this again. Probably don't need it. That way we'd have better cure economy. Okay, good. This thing's pretty slow. Pretty decently slow, which is good. But it's hitting really hard. Should be almost dead, though. It's gotta be 30k. It really wants to kill Yuna. There we go.
Take that! We're not done yet.
Okay, that was a lot of stuff. 50k experience. Holy moly.
What's next? Yuri, they're in trouble!
They? Oh. LeBlanc Syndicate would be in defeat. See? They're in defeat play. Let me top off, I guess. I doubt there's randoms here, but we want to top off for the next phase anyways. Where the heck am I going? Okay. Also, why does this need to be gameplay? What? What was that, Yuna? Second thoughts? Nose is itchy. Why did Riku land like that?
What are you doing here?
Okay. So it's just going to be all of us fighting all of the phases of the boss. And not splitting up. Got it.
Backlog never stood a chance against this thing.
Well, you got a leg up on her. Save the jokes for later.
So there's nodes, but I can't attack them? What does that mean? Okay, let's get Protect out. Oh, one of them, or two of them have null physical. Okay. Let me just hit them all with something and see what's going on here. I don't think it's going to be conducive to scan all four of them, so I'm not going to do that.
You can't reach those nodes with a sword.
Okay, so the color is what they're immune to. But two of them have null physical as well, which is a problem. We hit Riku with a turbo ether here so we can keep the fireworks rolling. I mean, I'm assuming however much HP this foot has doesn't really matter. Or what I'm trying to say is, like, we can just attack the foot and not worry about the nodes. But we'll see. So yeah, when it's red, you can't hit it with physical, I guess. But they're cycling through. Crap. I forgot to do multi-target Kiraga.
Keep your eyes on those colors.
Yeah, I get what's going on with the colors. Don't worry. I've played some Final Fantasies. So I think the red ones are actually already gone?
Did we get it?
Sure looks that way.
Oh, are we done already? Okay. Okay, maybe it was 5,000 experience on the last battle and not 50,000. That makes more sense, because I was like, why didn't we level up if we got 50k?
I'm going.
Pain's going. Whatever that means. Okay, let's top off again. That's fine. Okay. You gonna let me down? How do I... Hello? Maybe right here? Okay, cool. And the little guy has learned how to stand up really good, and it is all he wants to do. All he wants to do all the time is just stand up. Be standing. But he can't walk, so he's just standing.
Help them.
The Gullwings are on it.
That was a fierce yell, Yuna. They're right there. I can hear you just fine. I'm watching him on the monitor, that's why I randomly said that. What is that gun?
This thing just keeps on ticking.
Yeah, I have a feeling that might happen similarly with us, Gad. Because yeah, he loves crawling. he will go anywhere that you let him go.
It's so big. Woohoo! No more climbing.
Could you please focus?
Okay, protect.
The lakes are just a distraction. You know where to strike.
We'll just attack the middle. Let's scan the middle. Who cast Dispel? Okay, let's scan this ugly mug. 33k. That's a surprisingly low amount. After charging enough energy, it unleashes a devastating attack. It can also revive the left and right bulwarks, so make this your primary target. Okay. So, is it like countering magic? Is that why it's doing that? Let's see if armor break works on it. If things are susceptible to armor break, we just destroy them. Oh, Doom. Fantastic. Okay, it looks like armor break works. Well, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, how much HP do these hands have? 3,000? That's nothing. Capable of attacking and casting support magic. Oh, and it retaliates. Okay, so we do need to take these things out first.
I see. The lakes protect the core.
Let's do some fireworks.
Forget the small fries. Go for the core. The core's your target.
I like how the different characters have like different opinions.
The legs. They're throwing everything right back at us.
Okay, well they're both dead already.
Depending on how you attack the core, the legs will retaliate in different ways.
We're just gonna spam armor break on this thing. It's gonna die so fast. I mean, it's probably got another phase, but... Okay, there's the revival. Is that it? Oh, no, it's doing this. But also... Yeah, okay, it's done. Okay. What a handsome fella.
What now?
Maybe we're finished?
How did Nuge make it up here? I mean, no offense, but like seriously, logistically.
Finished indeed.
Thought you were gonna shoot him.
All of Spira is finished.
Okay, so according to Nuge, Shuya needs to inhabit a body in order to do anything. So if... I'm so confused. I love how Nuge is like taking on the role of Orin as like the guiding voice, and he sounds pretty much exactly like him too. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, there's the gun. Now it looks like a gun. How did that... Okay. Sure. Suddenly gun. Yep, exactly. Hi, Kiki. Look at Barrel Eye just like, oh, hey, guys. How's it going?
Julian!
It can't end like this.
I'm getting ticked off.
Come, Vegnagon. Let us purge this repulsive world.
Okay, that's quite a bit of damage. Armor break? Oh, it's almost dead already. I'm guessing a new target is gonna appear. Once these two are gone. Yeah, they're both gone already. Now we can attack Vegnagun. I see. Oh, but they're immediately back. Okay, well we're just gonna utilize fireworks here. I love that he's just shredding up there. Next time the horns go down, I'll scan it. Hey, Street, how's it going? Welcome in. Slept like a log? I'm jealous. "10 hours conked out?" Man, that sounds like a dream.
If Vegnagon fires, it's all over. You have to stop it now. There is no overtime.
Why did that miss? Alright, let me just go ahead and scan it. Okay. 38,000, and we're down to 18 already. You question the design decision to make a super powerful Machina weapon be controlled by piano? Hey, take it up with frickin'... I don't know who designed this character. I was gonna say Nomura, but that's like the meme. That's the meme choice. Whenever its HP drops, it uses Nemo Ante Mortem Beatus, its most powerful ability. Oh boy. I love that it has 100,000 MP, but it's not using it. Oh, and here it comes. Great. If it was Nomura, wouldn't it be controlled by belts? True. That or zippers. Okay, it is immune to armor break this time. Why is everything missing? I don't understand.
The tides are turning.
I can't... do we have darkness? Is that what's going on? Okay, we all have darkness. That's why we can't hit anything. Now we're getting hit with, like, millions of status effects. Oh, she can only cast it on herself. Shoot, okay. The user. Alright, whatever. That's a lot of damage.
Shall find rest.
Nobody die. Nobody die. Alright, just trying to get topped up here. Okay, good. Dispel Mist. That's fantastic. I don't care about silence, but darkness is really freaking annoying. Because apparently darkness just makes your accuracy 0. Okay. Maybe we can catch up now. Jesus Christ. Okay, the ads are back. Not Twitch ads. Ads with 2 Ds. Okay, as long as we don't have darkness, we're good. Okay, I think we just got hit with it. Just Yuna. Okay, good. Oh, something's happening. New attack. I wish there was an easy way for me to check everybody's status effect list without trying to go and use a remedy.
This is your time. You must defend it.
Oh, did we do it? The door to darkness, yeah. Something like that. That was only a year before this. I didn't even notice that an ad ran, so I apologize for just playing through it. Ugh. He's not looking so good. Yeah, KH2 was 05, but Kingdom Hearts 1 was 02, which was a year before this. Why did he look like that? It's like they rendered his model in a different way for a second there. He looks more normal now.
Shuyin. There's something I must tell you. Words left unspoken for 1,000 years.
How does she know to say this?
I love you. And I'm grateful that you stayed with me.
Yuna's gonna save the world by gaslighting someone.
But I couldn't save you.
It doesn't matter.
She's done all 3 of the big G's.
Don't go on grieving alone. Rest.
I like how he sees Riku normally in his periphery.
Can finally fade.
But he's like, yep, that's her. That's my girl right in the center. I know her.
Wait.
You are not Len.
Dang, we almost had him, girls.
You just don't get it, do you? It's no good. He's not listening.
That sword.
Please stop this.
Be strong, Yuna.
Alright, what are we looking at here? 23,000? Len's lover from the Xanarkand of over 1,000 years past. He could not save her, and his consequent sorrow and despair linger in this shadowy form. Okay. Start hitting him with the sparkler. That's a lot of damage. The recycled Tidus animations. Wow, the spiky blitz ball. That cuts deep.
Be gone.
So he's focusing on Yuna. That's probably not a coincidence. That's like Tidus's limit break, I think. Or overdrive.
Chin up, eyes forward.
You're the only ones who can stop him.
Nice, Pain. Oh, that's the overdrive. I definitely recognize that one. Maybe they both are. I don't know. It's been so long. Alright, maybe we can get an armor break in here to really speed things up. All three of them are? Okay. Yeah, they definitely look familiar. Okay, he's immune to armor break. And he's gone.
Don't try to
Hi,
tell me you
Nima.
understand.
Oh, I would definitely never try to convince you that I understand, Shuyan. I am completely lost. I would never lie to you about that.
This is... you don't understand.
Was he about to hit a woman? What the heck was that? Does this mean that Yuna won't be able to use the songstress outfit anymore? Hi there.
1,000 years, and this moment is all we get?
This moment's enough.
You've been interacting constantly since.
Just knowing how you feel is enough. Shuyin, let's end this. Let's go home.
Can we?
I was gonna say, I don't think you can go home. I think you're dead. You've been dead for a very long time. But that's just a technicality in Spira, I guess.
Rest, Shuyin.
Being dead is just an inconvenience, not a permanent setback. Yeah, the piano is nice.
Let's go. I have a new song for you. Thank you.
I like how 1,000 years ago they still had pop stars with exposed midriffs. So what about Vegnagun? I still don't understand what he was trying to do. Like, we stopped him, but what was he trying to do? I don't understand what he was trying to do. Chapter 5 complete. Now we're back in this magical place. Imagine the bugs here. Bugs would be thriving in this environment. Our world-ending robot, it's broken. I don't know, Pixel Quest. We'll see. We'll see.
Once my friends and I dreamed of flying. We would sail a ship with
How did they get back here?
In time, I became that.
What's going on with Barrel Eye?
A new ship with new friends. My ship was the Youth League.
Others chose a different captain. Their boat was New Yevon.
You know, I realize I'm like a lot of you people. We want a captain, and we want a ship to ride, but more important than that, really, we all want to ride together.
There's some things you can't do alone.
Just a couple of cool boys telling it like it is up in the pulpit. Barrel Eye is tan.
We learned when we launched those ships.
It was power. And we misused that power. We turned our friends and followers against each other.
Forgive us.
Yeah, they really do, Street. They really do.
Somehow we forgot.
The way they like back away from the mic and then resume their like perfectly rehearsed pose.
We've been riding ever since we were born. That ship is Spira.
Why did all these people gather for this?
But we do know one thing. One way or another, we will get by.
No, on the mic, Nooch.
Go on living.
You're way off mic.
Just one more thing. We all owe thanks to a very special lady. Yeah, you all know who I'm talking about.
Wait, they do?
We really hope that she could be here today.
Oh my god, they're gonna collab with Yuna.
It's time for me to go home.
She left a message. She said she's going home.
She left a message.
So farewell, but not goodbye.
Imagine leaving a voicemail in 2025. I love how Yuna was like too cool to address the masses.
Did we really have to leave like that? Just think of the party we're missing.
I think we party enough, don't you?
Brother, higher!
What are we doing? The airship has an inside. Why are they doing this? There's no way they would be able to hold on. And how would he be able to hear us? For fun. Yeah, you ever just hang on to the wing of a giant plane for fun instead of riding on the inside of the plane? Let's up the ante, folks. When are the major airlines going to start selling wing seats? Screw the aisle seat, screw the window seat. I want the wing seat. Strap me to the wing. What's going on with these subtitles? They're like pre-rendered. They look so bad. They had to bake them into the FMV, I guess.
This is my story. It'll be a good one.
God, when Yuna smiles like that, it looks like somebody used like the Snapchat smile filter. It doesn't look right.
When I saw this sphere of you.
Okay, I think we did it. Yep, there's the credits. Oh, we're gonna get our Spice Girls moment during the credits here for sure. I'll try not to talk over it too much. I'm gonna unpack some thoughts. Think about what we're gonna do after this. It's finally over, Kiki says. Oh man. There's so much to unpack with this. Well, it's gonna be time to run an ad here soon. So when the credits roll, when the credits are done, and we're like at a spot where we can like actually stop, and we're not seeing like a post-credit scene or whatever, I'll run the ad. When we come back from the ad, we'll do that game gush of Super Mario Sunshine. And then, I'm not sure what after that. I had not prepared an after finishing the game activity for today for filler content, but we have a ton of options and we have a ton of time, so we'll figure it out. My nose is super itchy today. The game where a fairly thorough first playthrough gets you 70 to 75% completion. Yeah, exactly. Like, I really did my due diligence. Thank you for noticing, by the way. You know, like, I engaged with every single piece of side content that we found. I scoured. I was very attentive. There was that one key moment, I think, that I think probably cost me a lot, which was, I don't remember if it was chapter 2 or chapter 3, but it was where I didn't realize that the chapter was going to end, and I think I did leave a fair amount of stuff on the table that did not become available again in the next chapter. So besides that one blunder that probably cost us a fair amount, I really tried to find everything that I could find. Oh, I know what we can talk about right now. We need to talk about the ground rules for the discussions that I know all of y'all want to have. I know some of y'all really want to tell me stuff about this game that either I didn't see or that I missed. So let's talk about the ground rules. Okay? I'm going to try to make it really clear what I do want to hear about and what I don't want to hear about. Basically, the easiest way to describe this post-game discussion, I want to hear, like, what's the right word? Okay, I want to hear information, but I don't want to hear opinion, if that makes sense. I don't want to hear opinion yet. I don't want to sound mean. I do want to hear y'all's opinions about stuff, but I want to try to remain insulated until I have fully broken down and unpacked and written my opinion. I want to avoid being influenced as much as possible until I've done that. Once I've done that, once I've written my review and published it, then I want to hear all of your opinions as well. Ideally as responses to my opinions. But for today, please try to withhold your own personal analyses and opinions of stuff in the game. But what I do want to hear is information about the game. Like, what were the other dress spheres? Where were they? Where did I miss stuff? You know, what were like key moments of this playthrough where you're like, oh, you just barely missed this one thing, or oh, I can't believe you found this but then didn't find that. All that kind of stuff is totally cool to share. I'm totally down to hear all about that. I don't necessarily want like fun facts about like things about like the development or whatever, because that starts to get a little too opinion-y sometimes, or I just don't care. But if it's something that's actually in the game, I definitely want to hear about it. So start cooking all of those up. And then once these credits are done, and whatever post-credits thing there is, then you can start unloading all that stuff. I'll give the signal, and y'all can start saying all of the things that you want to say. So now you can start cooking them up or looking them up or whatever you want to do. And then I'll say go at a certain point, which will be when we get back from this ad break. Wow, I did not know that Sakaguchi was credited as executive producer on this. That's kind of wild. I wonder what, if anything, he actually did with this game. I got to imagine it was like 0. Because he was pretty much already completely gone by 2003. Okay, we have a The End screen. Is this all we get post-credits? Yeah, executive producer does very often mean 0. Yeah. It's like an honorary degree from a university. It's like, "Oh, you're famous. Here you go." Okay. Ah, okay, I want to take a screenshot of this. Played 1 times. They're so expectant that you're going to play this game more than once that they didn't even bother to code in the singular form of time for the first time you play the game. That song reminds me of a song from Harvestella. New Game Plus. Play through the game again, using all the dress spheres and items you've collected and all the abilities you've learned. Find and complete missions you may have missed and write a whole new story. Yeah, we'll save the New Game Plus data in a different spot if we can. Oh, it looks like we can't. Because this memory card is like full. I got another memory card though. Let's see. Is there room on this one? Let's see if there's room on this one. Nope. That one's completely full. Alright, well there should be room. There should be room on this one. Yeah. Always have another memory card, folks. I don't want that to live on this memory card, because this memory card is just a backup of my PS1 memory cards. But I didn't want to save over the end game save. Oh, and it becomes a separate menu option. Interesting. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to run an ad break to get us back on the hour. When I come back, we're going to do a game gush of Super Mario Sunshine. And we're going to unpack and talk about all the different informational stuff about this game. You guys can tell me whatever you want about this game, as long as it is information-based. Please withhold your opinions and reactions until after I have published mine, and then I want to hear about all that stuff. But please try to hold that back as much as possible today. Thank you. Thank you for your time and attention and understanding. I'll be back in probably about 5 minutes. Thanks for being here, y'all. We're still gonna stream for the rest of the day, for the record. Okay, be back. Wow, okay. Interesting. Well, that couldn't have been any closer. But Jigglypuff comes away with it. Very surprising. And I don't know if you caught that at the very beginning of the ad. But Jigglypuff also won the warm-up. So not a complete fluke. Okay. Let's go over to my spreadsheet here and get these stats updated. So that's 1 for Jigglypuff. 1-1 now. After 2. Still 9 more rounds to go with Jigglypuff and Ness. But if you want to pick the next character matchup, you're welcome to do so with 1,000 channel points. Okay, there we go. All our scores are updated. And let's go back over here. Welcome back, folks. The door is open now for you to tell me things about this game that I missed. You can tell me items, bosses, strategies, dress spheres. I definitely want to hear about where all the dress spheres are and where I missed them. Particular scenes that you enjoyed or that I missed. Or if you're maybe you weren't here for the whole playthrough and you're wondering if I saw a particular scene, all those kinds of things are safe to discuss now. Just try to hold back anything related towards your feelings about the game, whether positive or negative. I'm trying to stay insulated until I write my thoughts down and unpack them over the next couple of days. While y'all are cooking all that up and posting in the chat, I'm going to do a left turn into a special segment that was redeemed earlier. We haven't done one of these in a while. It's where we pull a game down off the shelf and we share our thoughts and feelings, how we feel about it, memories, etc. It's very cozy. It's a good time. We call it Game Gush. Today's Game Gush is brought to you by Broken Quest. And I'm going to turn on the roaming mic here, because we're going to go back into the backlog here. We're going to pull down a game that's very important to Backlog Boys history. And we're going to put 3 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to tell you all the reasons why I think it's wonderful and amazing. And that game is Super Mario Sunshine. Let's start the clock now. All right, this game is amazing because it had to follow Super Mario 64, which much like something like Final Fantasy VIII having to come after Final Fantasy VII, or Majora's Mask having to come after Ocarina of Time, the game is put into a very unique and undesirable position before it has ever done anything, where the game that came immediately before in the same franchise is this like quote-unquote perfect, lauded, acclaimed, extremely highly rated, bestseller of all time type of video game, and somehow you have to make the follow-up act to that game, which is like inevitably not going to measure up, even though you have moved forward in time technologically and, maturity and all these other things inevitably grow from that previous point. But in the eyes of the consumer, you're trapped in this way. And what is so great about Mario Sunshine is that it did not fall prey to resting on any particular laurels established by Super Mario 64. The way that this game balances the recycled elements with the new elements, I think is really brilliantly done. Like, it leaves behind like almost as much as it possibly can, and the skeletal remains of Mario 64, it's like they really did a fantastic job boiling down, okay, exactly what do we need to keep? And what can be brand new? They like found the perfect balance. You enter different worlds from a hub world, you collect shiny things, you jump around and do parkour, and everything is fun and colorful. And then everything else is like a departure. Like, the aesthetic is so uniquely its own. The new mechanics with FLUDD are so uniquely their own. Like, you could argue that this game reinvents the wheel, while simultaneously choosing to argue that this game, stuck to its guns and decidedly did not reinvent the wheel. I feel like you could make the argument either way. And it would have been so easy to fumble and either make something too derivative of Mario 64 to, try to recapture the magic or cash in on the hype. And it would have been too easy to completely abandon everything in Mario 64 because you knew, oh, well, we can't capture that again. We can't capture that again. We've got to completely go in a different direction, because if we try to do something too similar, it's just not going to measure up, because that's kind of what Majora's Mask and Final Fantasy VIII did, right? They're like, we have to do something completely different, because if we do something too similar, people are just gonna make the comparison and they're gonna say, this isn't that, you know? Give us the first one again. But they were able to distill down some of the key core elements of Mario 64 and bring those back as a way to establish a formula and a larger franchise that is 3D Mario, because this is the second 3D Mario game for all intents and purposes. And they did a really brilliant job of it. It's not a game that I fully appreciated in its heyday. I actually wasn't even aware of Mario Sunshine in its heyday, which is a strange phenomenon to me. I had a GameCube when the GameCube was current. I loved the GameCube. I played a lot of games on the GameCube. I loved Mario 64. I loved Mario in general. But for some reason, I completely missed the boat on Super Mario Sunshine. It's like I didn't even know that it existed. And I didn't actually play Super Mario Sunshine with my own hands for the first time until like 2012, when I was starting to get into collecting more. I had already played both Galaxy games and I was going back, and I kind of bounced off of it. The controls felt so different and foreign to me coming from other 3D Mario games, and I was like, I don't know if I could like get good at this game, you know? So when I came back to it in 2021 on stream as my first departure from just streaming Ocarina of Time randomizer all the time, I was kind of scared. But I was like, I'm on a quest to 100% every Mario game, and I haven't done this one, so here we go. And I did get really good at the game, and it was super satisfying, and we 100%ed it, we got everything, and went on to 100% all the rest of the mainline Mario games. And now I just have to wait for another one to come out. But yeah, I think Mario Sunshine is great. I would argue that it is an acquired taste, even amongst 3D Mario games. But I really respect how different they all are, in spite of the core elements that tie them together. I feel like Nintendo just excels at that. Like, sticking to a formula while simultaneously not sticking to a formula. I could make the same arguments about Zelda or Mario Kart, which I've been gushing about. Maybe not so much Pokemon. That's a very different conversation. But technically, Pokemon is not Nintendo EAD. I should have specified Nintendo EAD. Okay, that's well over my 3 minutes. Thank you for joining me for that. Let's mentally shift gears back to Final Fantasy X-2. That was the only Mario game you've played and liked. That's very fascinating, Kiki. All right, so Shane's got some info about X-2 here. One thing you've wanted to say since I started was that you could turn off the dress sphere change animation to make it instant. It's the first option in the config menu. Nice. Yeah, I must have looked at that because I looked at the config menu multiple times throughout the playthrough, and especially at the very beginning. And I wasn't necessarily particularly annoyed by the animations, but I may have turned that off if I had gone back to it. So the chest in Chapter 2 under Bavel, where I fought Barrel Eye, I gave up on getting, had the Dark Knight dress sphere. Oh, that sucks, man. Wow, we would have had it so early on. That's so wild. I remember exactly which chest you're talking about. Do you remember how to get that chest, Shane? Because I tried to get it. I tried to get that chest more than once, but I was like, I don't know, whatever. It's probably a dumb potion, and I walked away. The fact that that's a dress sphere is crazy. But that's so this game. That's so this game. Like, the number of chests that we spent, like, minutes trying to figure out how to get and finally getting, always had trash in them, you know? Like, every single time. Also, I don't know that we found a dress sphere in a chest. So I feel like I had that precedent set for myself that, like, oh, dress spheres are always, like, in a cutscene or, like, on the ground as a physical red sphere, you know? Because that's how we found the samurai one, just unceremoniously on the ground. And White Mage and Black Mage were given to us, like, basically as part of the story, like, almost at the very beginning of the game. And then the only other dress sphere that we found was Lady Luck, which was through fulfilling like LeBlanc's arc, right? I know we got the special dress spheres for Yuna and Riku. I don't really remember exactly how we got those. But those were the only ones we got, right? Because you start the game... Well, actually, I don't remember. There's Songstress, there's Gun Mage, there's Warrior, there's Thief. Obviously, we started with Gunner, Warrior, and Thief, because those are the defaults for YRP. Pain's special dress sphere was in Chapter 1 in Macalania Woods. Huh. Oh, okay, this is interesting. I thought if I left the final dungeon and went through each entrance, you might get something. I was 100% spot on. If you do that, you get the Megiddo garment grid, which lets you cast Flare and Ultima. Huh. That's pretty cool. So it's not in a particular path, it's only if you do all the paths. So maybe the garment grid that I got for the first path that I went down is just given to you after the first one you do, and not that specific path. That would make sense. Also, how many garment grids are there? Because we got so many, and I'm sure we didn't get all of them. It's absurd how many there are. But also, like, what are the other dress spheres? Because we were missing 3, not counting Pain's special dress sphere. 120 plus? That's nuts. That's nuts. That's so many. That's way too many. Way too many. Holy moly. Here, hold on. I'm gonna pause this music. Let's go back over here for a second and go into the endgame save. Because I want to look at some stuff. Internet says 60. 60 is still a wild number. Trainer was a cool one. You have to talk to Kamari once in Chapter 1 and answer his question right, and then talk to him in Chapter 3. Wow. I wonder how narrowly we missed that. I mean, we must have talked to him in Chapter 1. Maybe I just didn't give him the right answer. And I feel like we probably talked to him in Chapter 3. So yeah, we're missing 4 dress spheres, not including Pain's special one. So we know Dark Knight is one of them. What are the other 3? Oh, sure. That makes sense, Street. I guess you said Trainer. Trainer is one of them? Alchemist? Nope, we don't have Alchemist. The Moogle outfit that Yuna wore is a dress sphere. The mascot dress sphere. You have to 100% the game to get it. Psychic is international. Okay. Mascot is the most powerful. And not like a meme one. Dark Knight, Mascot, Trainer, and Alchemist. Those are the 4. Are those the 4 that we didn't get? And then there's 2 additional ones in the remaster. Interesting. Psychic and Festivalist. Huh. Okay. Those are the 4 we missed out on. So, Pain's special dress sphere was in Chapter 1. And we missed it. Dark Knight was in Chapter 2. Trainer was a combination of Chapter 1 and Chapter 3. So where was Alchemist? Where was Alchemist? Alchemist was also in Chapter 3, but where? I'm just curious. Wait, you can get Dark Knight in a different place? Hold on, this changes everything. So are there like multiple places to get these dress spheres and not just one? Had to do a side quest with Clasco to help him start raising chocobos. What? Where is that? Who is Clasco? I don't remember who Clasco is. Was that in Mihen High Road somewhere? The VO whatever? I don't know. Clasco is one of the Chocobo Knights. I don't remember seeing any Chocobo Knights in this playthrough. The name Clasco sounds familiar. Yeah, I don't remember anybody from 10 that's like an NPC, basically. Oh, it's Mushroom Rock Road. Okay. Okay. Maybe it was because we didn't walk manually enough times, and we like took the fast travel path. Maybe we went right by him or something. He didn't have his own chocobo and had to run after the other two ladies. Yeah, I really take issue with how missable something as valuable as a dress sphere is. Like, I don't expect every single one of them to be handed to me. Like, obviously just the sheer volume of missable stuff in this game is an issue, especially the narrative. But also the delivery method of the narrative is also an issue. But yeah, the fact that we played the game as diligently and earnestly as we did and still missed technically 5 dress spheres is pretty profound, in my opinion. I find that very surprising. And, like, the ones that we did find were basically handed to us. We want players to play this game 5+ times is seeped into every corner of the design. Yeah, and I see that. I don't necessarily have an issue. Like, I can see why. They're like, oh, we have to reuse these assets. We don't have a lot of time. You know, Majora's Mask philosophy or whatever. We have to make a game that fills up the player's time in a different way than Final Fantasy X did. So how do we do that? We create this like replay New Game Plus structure, you know. That's fine, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's a good point too, Street. Like, it was just a different time. There wasn't as much oversaturation, and this would have been seen as much more of a plus than a minus, probably, at the time. I can let the dress spheres being missable go, but I don't think I can on the narrative. Like, if, you know, especially for something that wants to call itself Final Fantasy, I really can't let that one go. Like, you have to deliver the narrative to the player. You know, you can leave out a few little Easter egg scenes here and there, but like saying that the only way to get the full story is to 100% the game is definitely an issue. It's definitely an issue. Like, I think a game that does that can warrant its existence and defend its position to do that. Like, that's not a completely invalid way to make a game, but I think it's an invalid way to make a Final Fantasy game. That's my take on that. The remaster added the creature capture system where you capture monsters and you can replace the girls with the monsters in your party. Whoa, that is very unexpected. But they can't be controlled. That makes sense. You can capture NPCs. Wait. You can capture NPCs are creatures? NPCs that are creatures? Wait, what? So your 10-2 party is Buddy, Barreleye, and Lulu? You can capture NPCs as creatures. That is wild and very unexpected. You can get the entire party from FF10 as party members through the creature capture. Except for Waka. Huh. That is wild. That is extremely wild. But nothing surprises me in this game, I guess. What else did I want to look at in here? I wish it would tell me how many garment grids I had. I don't want to manually count these. We found a lot of these. We definitely didn't find 60, but we found a lot. Oh, also, I'm assuming this is not the case since none of y'all have said it yet, but is there any way to get more than 2 accessory slots in this game? Or do you just always have 2 accessory slots? Brother wouldn't know dignity if it slapped him in the face, Shane. Just 2 accessory slots. Okay, I figured as much. I really like what they did with the accessories and garment grids that allow you to use other dress spheres without switching. That was really, really nice. Those were some of the best rewards we found in the entire playthrough. And basically our whole strategy ended up revolving around that. Like, all 3 characters' final builds revolved around that. You know, Yuna's the gun mage with access to Bushido. Riku is the warrior with access to white magic. Pain is the berserker with access to black magic, even though we hardly ever used magic at all. Or black magic. We used a lot of white magic. We hardly ever used black magic. The remaster nerfed 1 accessory from the original. There was a busted one. It was called Catnip. That's pretty wild. What else did I want to look at? Oh, there was one job. Yeah, okay, let me ask you this. So Gun Mage, my Gun Mage says 85%, but I've learned all of the abilities on here. Are there more abilities on here, or is that just because of the blue magic that I didn't learn? Where is all the blue magic? Like, where was the blue magic? How many blue magic spells are there? How did I manage to get 0 of them? Catnip makes all of your attacks do 999 when you're in critical HP. Yeah, that would be incredibly game-breaking. Combine it with Gunner and use their 20 bullet attack. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Okay, so I figured as much. That was the other 15% was the blue magic. Yeah, where is all the blue magic? How did I not get any? Also, we never used Yuna's special dress sphere the entire game. We never once saw it. We used Riku's a couple of times. So we missed out there. What else? What else? Full cure costs 99 MP? I don't remember that being so expensive. That's nuts. We must have never used that. And look at all these items that we never used. We got all these battle items. We hoarded them the entire game. We never used them. We used a lot of these when we tried to fight that super boss. But we didn't succeed. I can't think of anything else. All right, I need to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the time. Y'all feel free to keep sharing things. Let me think about what we can do with the rest of our time today. We're obviously not going to start a new game. We haven't even opened the poll yet. That's going to open on Monday. Which I guess is a somewhat early midstream reminder to get your votes in for the Tactical RPG poll. Finale this week. Bahamut Lagoon versus Tactics Ogre Reborn. Go into Discord and add your vote of interest. Whichever one of these games prevails will be on the poll that opens up on Monday. So we will have 4 options. We usually only have 3 options on an RPG poll, but we had 1 added with channel points. So we're going to have Dot Hack Part 3. We're going to have a tactical RPG option for the foreseeable future. We will always have a tactical RPG option as one of the 3 options on the poll. It's going to be whichever one wins the bracket. We're going to have a something Final Fantasy option on the poll in case people want more Final Fantasy, since we've technically played 2 Final Fantasy franchise games in a row. And I kind of have the bug. There are 2 games potentially going to go on the poll as the something Final Fantasy. One is Type 0 HD for the PS4, and the other one is technically not a Final Fantasy game. It's Fantasian Neo Dimension for the Switch, but it's a Mistwalker game created by Sakaguchi with Uematsu soundtrack. That's more Final Fantasy to me than a lot of things. It's a turn-based RPG made by the Gooch, so it's it's basically Final Fantasy. Let's be honest. So one of those two will be on there. And then our fourth option added with channel points is going to be Xenosaga Episode 1 for the PS2. So what are we going to do today? We're definitely not going to play this game anymore. I'm not going to like putt around and try to like retry any of the optional stuff or grind or anything like that. Yo, what's up, SNES? You got Xenosaga on your wheel right now? Nice. Have you played any of them before? Or is it brand new for you too? There's a lot of things we could do today. We could do some Mario Party like we used to do back in the day. We could do that and chill. It's really easy to chat while playing Mario Party, so I like it for that reason. I know not everybody's super into that. We could do some SNES Everdrive variety. No, we won't be playing any Balatro. Nope, sorry Street, no Balatro. I am not allowed to play Balatro. That would be a very dangerous game for me to play. And let's see, what else could we do? I could fire up my Fantasy Life file and play that for a bit. I don't know if I want to do that. There's almost enough time for a Zooter. If we want to do a Zooter, we might not be able to finish it, but we could do most of a Zooter. Ocarina of Time randomizer. What else? We could... I guess I have a couple of goodies on my N64 flash cart as well that we could goof around with. We could play an Ocarina of Time ROM hack instead of a randomizer. I had a playthrough going on one of those that was really, really cool. We could try to pick that back up. That might be fun. I have a couple of things that I would have to redo, so it'd be nice to get over that hump. Oh, cool. Yeah, that'll be great, Shane. Thank you. I'll check those out. I feel like I'm personally leaning towards either Mario Party 4 single player 100% grind, where we just hang out and chat and chill, or something Ocarina of Time. I have my Game Boy Everdrive stuff too that we could goof around with. I don't even remember what's on there. All right, I'm gonna run a chat poll and make you guys speak up, because I always give you guys options and say, what do you guys think, and nobody ever says anything. So let's do a simple poll here. What next? OOT ROM hack, OOT randomizer, or Mario Party 4 chat and chill. You have 3 minutes to vote. Go. Let me put this game away. I'm gonna get us off of this spooky music too. I've had enough of that. Let's go back over here and go back to our chill, happy time music. I'm gonna turn off the PS2. I'll have to do some memory card management later. Here, oh, oops. Accidentally killed the stream deck for a second. Now it's frozen. I was just gonna try to switch to the wide shot for y'all, but I stepped on the USB cable. Sorry for Windows sounds. There we go. Here I am. Just gonna put 10-2 back in its case. back on the shelf. And I put Mario Sunshine back from the game Gush. Vote in that chat poll. We got a lot of time left. We got to do something. I'm gonna need to grab a snack here in a minute. Boo doo doo doo. La la li la li la la li la la li. Let's see here. Get a little organized on my screen. There we go. That's much better. Can close that. Time's ticking down on the poll, folks. If you have not voted in the chat poll, get in there. Final seconds. If you don't see it, open the channel points menu. Should be able to find it in there. Come back over here. Final seconds. Go, 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 go. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Poll ended. All right. OOT ROM hack has been spoken for. That sounds good to me. That means we will need to turn off Smash Bros. And we won't have any more Smash ads for the rest of the day. I'm so excited to finally get the analog 3D. That will solve that problem. I've hesitated to put N64 games on polls because I use the N64 for ads. But with the spare HDMI capable N64, once the analog 3D comes through, that'll become the dedicated Smash Bros. Ads machine for streams. And we'll still be able to stream N64 games and have Smash Bros. Ads all on hardware. It'll be great. I have an HDMI selector switch problem, though. I'm starting to get to the point where I have too many HDMI devices. When I first got it, 8 ports was more than I needed, and now it's not enough. And they don't make this switcher anymore, otherwise I would just buy another one and couple them together. Okay, let me take a quick break here. I need to get everything switched over. I'm going to get all the stream title and whatnot switched over. And get the ROM hack ready to play. All that sort of thing. So, just chill and enjoy the music for a few minutes. And then I'll be back. I'm probably going to split this stream recording too for VOD purposes. And I'll see y'all on the other side of a little break here. I'm not going to run an ad, though. We're going to run an ad at 2. So, we're just chilling on the BRB screen. Back in a few. All right, folks, I'm back. Re-energized. Had a nice little snack there. Let me split my recording.